Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So I'm sure most of us is excited that Alice will be coming to Global tomorrow. So now let's discuss about her matrices and maybe help you decide if it's something you should pull for. So first, let's look at Alice matrices and the set effects. So first, the two-piece grants whenever you switch to the weapon equipping this matrix a final damage boost and an additional 5% if the weapon is a frost weapon for 18 seconds. And the 4-piece set means that whenever you cast a discharge with Immortal Wings, you got another damage boost and it can stack up to 2 times. And it only loses 1 stack when the buff expires, and also it works in the background. If you really like to use Latin configuration as well, you will have reduced stamina consumption. Okay, so these numbers are from the Shiny server, and there's no information or leaks that if this will be nerfed or this will stay at this. So let's tackle them one by one. So for the two-piece set, this is quite flexible. It's because it works on any weapon. It's just that there's a bonus for a frost weapon, of course. But if you notice, the advancements are a bit incremental compared to the additional 5% damage boost for Frost. So if you're a Frost lineup user, then definitely this is really good. And the four-piece set is, I would say, you can only use this if you have the main Immortal Wings, and it's only worth it to get the four-piece set by then. But I would recommend that since these matrices are purely damage boost, if you really want to boost your damage with Alice, go for her A3 first. So the general recommendation is that although this 4-piece set is really easy to activate just having Alice at A1, if you want a damage boost, instead of looking for the Matrix, try to get her at A3 first for the stacking damage bonus from her Immortal Wings discharge before getting the 4-piece set. Okay, so a lot of you might have been asking, is Alice worth it or should I wait for the next Matrix? So I'm gonna touch the upcoming Matrix as well, just to provide a point of comparison. So uh, we have Alice Matrix here, and then let's have a look at Fenrir's. All right, so for Fenrir, there is a crit damage increase by 20%, and it goes to 32% at max advancement. The 4-piece set is also a damage boost. It can stack up to um, 40% if max advancement. Okay, so the 2-piece set is really helpful if you have a very high crit rate because it only increases crit damage. For most endgame content equipments, most of us are sitting at around 70% and a bit 85 for those with really lucky rolls in the crit stat. So for those lineups, this Fenrir set is really good because it also works in the background. However, if you're not confident in the crit rate that you are having, Alice Matrix might be better because it's more consistent. You don't really need the crit to have the damage bonus. For the 4-piece set, of course, this is mainly doing favor for the Vault teams because you have to deal Vault damage. However, if for a comp, even if two of the elements that you're using is not vault, if you slot in, let's say, a vault weapon for the third one, you can activate this one as well. The good thing, the advantage, I guess, that Alice Matrix has over Fenrir's is that Alice is pseudo works in the background effect because remember, the two-piece set is has a long duration and it's easy uptime final damage boost. It's very unlikely that you will not switch within 18 seconds to the weapon just to recast the skills. The only time that I would not recommend Alice Matrix is that all the weapons in your lineup has a very long cooldowns, and you pretty much just stay on one weapon for very long, beyond 18 seconds. Something like Samir helicopter, or I'm not sure what else. Normally, we normally switch weapons around even if to cast their skill or debuff. So yeah, for a crit build, and the good I mean Fenrir's is also very versatile because it works in any other comp, and it also works in the background. The only caveat is that you must have a healthy amount of crit rate to be able to make use of it. If you're not confident on your crit rate, and Alice has the advantage on this one. Definitely, of course, if you're a frost comp, you will get the most out of this because at base level, even at 0 stars, it's 13.75 final damage boost, and that's quite. Um, I'm not saying a lot, but that's a good amount, and considering the duration is 18 seconds, and there's not much requirement. You just have to switch to this weapon, and by the gameplay mechanics, we normally do switch weapons around, especially when using skills or this using discharge. So another comparison is Umi, the ones for physical. Okay, so Umi has increased final damage as well, but the only limitation for her is that you have to deal physical damage, and for the four-piece you need to have physical resonance, or two or more physical weapons equipped. So this is much more hyper focus on the physical comps, except for the two-piece, because for the two-piece set, you might just use a physical weapon as your third and use the main first two weapons for the resonance that you're using. But yeah, that's the limitation of this one. And but for physical set, this will be better. So if you are a physical main comp, then I think you're better off waiting for Umi and Umi's matrix as well. So right. So overall, if you, the first advice I can give is that um, don't pull for Alice Matrix unless you have Alice at least at 3 star, because that will be the only time that it will justify the additional damage boost instead of just getting her 3 star and stacking the damage buff from her discharge, which she builds up very easy because she casts her discharge every time you use a weapon skill at her A1. So the four-piece is really easy to maintain, and it's also semi-permanent. So if you have Alice at 3 star first, then you might want to consider pulling for her matrix as well. This matrix will serve you well even until the point of Icarus, because this, like I said, this matrix sort of almost works in the background, and you will get a long use of it for the longest time, even if in the future you wish to decide to pull for Umi. I mean for Icarus matrix for the Frostcom. So yeah, I hope we learned a lot today and the polling advice, and hopefully in a couple of days when Alice hits global, these values stay the same. If they will buff this, then better. But yeah, I hope we all get lucky in our polls, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost anything, and it will really help the channel grow. Also, aside from the Alice Matrix review, I have made a review and guide on Alice kit and her advancements, and if she is worth pulling. So the links it's in the end screen. So with that, happy gaming and good luck on pulling. Thank you.